She had put her foot to the accelerator for the first time only moments before. But within seconds, she lost control of the Formula 2 stock car, which can reach 62 miles per hour in 2 seconds and has a top speed of 200 miles per hour. Roxanne, 35, says, "The minute I pressed on the pedal, I knew there was too much power. I hadn't even driven one lap, but knew I was in trouble. I was flying towards the bend at speed, out of control. I took a deep breath and prayed to God I would make it. My heart sank, stomach knotted. I remember it in slow motion, knowing I would hit the wall, and it's the scariest thing. Knowing your life is out of your hands, I felt crushing disappointment that this was it, life over." After hitting the wall at 40 miles per hour, she was trapped in the mangled wreckage, unable to speak, move or feel her legs. She battled to stay conscious as firefighters worked to free her. "I could feel myself drifting away," she says. "I wanted to just close my eyes, but I was terrified I would never wake up. I asked God to help me hold on because I wasn't ready to go yet." But Roxanne was not seriously hurt. Medics and witnesses were amazed she only suffered 2 badly sprained wrists, extensive head-to-toe bruising and concussion. The smash came while she and her Minster FM radio co-host Ben Fry were at Hunmanby Race Track in York on Wednesday filming a promo on their first stock car race. Experts had fitted Roxanne with a safety jumpsuit, helmet and neck brace, and explained all the controls. She says, "Ben had set off before me, and I was trying to catch up. I tried to turn the car, but it was too late. I knew I was going to hit the wall. I'd had a thorough safety briefing, but in that moment of panic you can't recall anything sensible. It was terrifying knowing my life was out of my hands." Roxanne recalls hearing voices as people ran over. As she slowly regained consciousness, pain engulfed her. "I was mute and numb with fear. The pain was in my head first. I couldn't feel my neck, move my head or open my eyes because it was too sore. I couldn't feel anything in my hands and was convinced I'd lost my fingers. When I started losing the feeling in my legs, I became hysterical. Fire crews worked for 2 hours to cut her from the wreckage. I just kept wanting to sleep, but everyone was saying, 'Stay awake, stay with us.' And I kept thinking, is this the last time I close my eyes?" The first thought in Roxanne's mind was of boyfriend Lee Walton, 40, a steel company production planner from Yorkshire. They have been a couple for 8 months and live in York. His words, relayed down the phone, kept her strong through her rescue. Roxanne weeps as she recalls, "I could hear power tools and metal crunching. Someone was giving me morphine and checking my eyes for concussion. Then I heard the helicopter. I couldn't take it all in. Instead I prayed in my mind to God. I said, I finally met the man I want to spend my life with, and I need to stay here for him. Please let me live." I was sitting there, scared and trembling, and all I could think was, I just need Lee. I pictured him at work and thought, he doesn't even know. But Ben had called him and was at the side of the car repeating Lee's words. He said, "Lee says stay awake, stay strong. He says how much he loves you." Hearing that made me hold on. Roxanne is grateful to North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service and Yorkshire Air Ambulance, which freed her and flew her to Hull Royal Infirmary. She says, "The head of the rescue team was called Paul and I remember he had kind eyes. He kept saying, 'I'm Paul and I'm not going to let anything happen to you.' That human kindness meant so much." Roxanne was given a CTI scan for internal bleeding. Lee rushed to be by her side and has barely left since. Roxanne says, "If there's any silver lining to this, it's that it confirmed Lee can handle any situation. He is so patient, sensitive, calm and caring. I grew up without a dad, granddad or brothers. My mom and gran brought me up in a real girl power household. I've always cringed at friends who said they needed a man and said I was too independent. But Lee is the first man I not only want but need. I'd have been single until I was old and grey if I hadn't met him. Lee's restored my faith in men." Roxanne has been swamped with messages from family, friends and fans. She says, "I've been so moved by all the cards, flowers, and messages. Kelvin Fletcher, who played Andy Sugden in Emmerdale, sent me the most beautiful message." Carlisle-born Roxanne made her name as Jo Sugden in the Dale soap from 2005 to 2008. In 2007, aged 29, she played a 17-year-old in Waterloo Road, and in 2009 she was a competitor in Dancing on Ice. Looking to the future, Roxanne worries she might feel too nervous to drive again. She says, "Lee drove me home from hospital and took air roads instead of the motorway because he thought it would be an easier ride. But even at 30 miles per hour I was terrified. I'm worried he'll be stuck with driving Miss Daisy because I can't even think of getting behind the wheel again." Roxanne hopes to be back at the radio station soon, but is still under doctor's orders to rest. And the accident has already transformed her outlook on life. "I've learned there's no weakness in saying, 'I'm scared.' Now I know my limitations and think I'll leave stock car racing to Lewis Hamilton types." When I was trapped in the car, thinking of how I felt about Lee and how much I value my beautiful Monica, I realized it is our health that takes priority and the people we love are the only things that truly matter.